Rated T for teen.
Definite tips for the game is learning to use HRV, because everyone has it. It's like not using your grenade or not using your trigger. The idea behind HRV is to allow you to know what's going on, to allow you to see where someone is. It depends on your gameplay. If you have a headset and you're playing it as a pack, switch between each other using the HRV and tell people where people are going. A lot of the times you have a person running Lone Wolf and popping HRV on and off, but you want to stay away from those packs. So it becomes more or less a game of chess, where if you're by yourself, you want to go against the guys that are by themselves. You don't want to go up against the guys that are packing it and trying to hunt down those single groups. So it really kind of lends to the type of group that you're playing with, or if you're playing online by yourself, actually talking to the strangers that are usually smack talking the whole time. Other tips for the game: learning your weapon and the customization itself. Figuring out how you want to play or how you do play. A lot of people want to run really quickly, so use lighter gear and you can get through a lot quicker. Now, the drawback is the weapon might not be as accurate, or it might kick worse. But if you want less kick, you need to make a heavier stock itself, so you might move a little bit slower. So knowing the type of game style that you play best and balancing your weapon to that play style is hugely important. I know that I run around with a light and sniper rifle and use it almost as a single shot assault rifle, and it's quite fun doing that and freaking people out.
I mean, my favorite moment in Blacklight is definitely playing multiplayer. I love multiplayer in general. Some of my best times playing multiplayer games are in the development studio, where you're yelling at everybody and you're having a great time playing the game. And sometimes you get so caught up in developing the game that the opportunity to step back and actually play the game sometimes becomes like a rare event. A few weeks ago, we had a huge 16-player playtest again. It was fun because we have our weapon customization system, and one of the big things that we wanted to stress in the weapon customization system was the ability for you or for me to customize each weapon individually. And then you kill the other person, they drop their weapon, and you pick it up and you're like, wow, this is an awesome weapon. Where did this come from? This is cool. How did you get this? The character artist, Bryce, he had fully decked out his weapon, and I was just running around with the default loadout. I ran out of ammunition, so I picked up some random weapon on the ground, and it was like this pimped out weapon with this awesome scope and this sweet barrel and everything. I was like, oh, this is awesome. Started just, wasting people. It was a ton of fun. I hear Bryce saying that was his weapon. So next thing I know, when I die and I lose the gun and I respawn with my default weapon that I failed to configure, I start following Bryce around on the map, because I'm like, all I want for him to do is just die so I can pick up his weapon again and start killing people. It was a really awesome moment.
My favorite moment from Blacklight was easily the EMP grenade kind of prank. Originally it was a flashbang, and it was before we decided to make the visor actually a visor itself. We had the flashbang and it made your screen go white. It was a standard flashbang that you see in every single game. But the effects guy and I were talking, and we decided to change it from the white screen to an actually blue screen of death that you get on a normal PC. And so we didn't tell anyone, and we waited for a play test. And I started spamming the flashbangs out, and throughout the office, you would hear people yelling because they thought the game blue screened their computer. And it was by far the raddest thing that we had happen. I mean, it was so funny having people freak out and throw their keyboard because they thought the game crashed their system, and then it goes back to normal, and then someone turns around them and shoots them in the head. It was just really funny.
The future of warfare is just around the corner. Download Blacklight Tango Down this summer.